All right, happy Monday. We are going into total body hit today. So we are going to get a quick warm up before we jump into the workout. Hands up overhead, reaching towards that ceiling. Reach, reach, reach. We're going to drop that right arm, extend that left hand over, getting into that side body stretch, back to center. Drop that left arm, right arm gets that stretch, back to center. One more each side. Drop it, allowing that side body. Good. Go ahead and drop it over, allowing that upper body to sink, getting into that backside stretch. You can come up into that half fold and then drop a little bit lower. Again, up into that forward half fold, lower into that stretch. Good. We're going to drop that butt. We're just going to open up through those hips, through those inner thighs. Push open through those elbows. Good. Pop it back up. We're going to roll it up. We're going to take it into that walkout. We're going to do a couple spiders. So we walk it out to high plank. We step forward with that right foot. We open it up, reaching, looking through those fingertips. Couple wrist rolls at the top. We bring it back to high plank. Left foot steps forward. We open it up. Wrist rolls at the top, looking through those fingertips. Back to high plank. Right foot steps forward again. Open up through that chest. Couple wrist rolls. Back to high plank. Left foot steps forward. Opening it up. Couple wrist rolls. Good. Back to high plank. Go ahead and take it into that downward dog. Pedaling it out. Pedal. Pedal. Good. Pushing that chest to those knees. Go ahead and walk it in. We are going to slowly roll it up. Couple shoulder rolls at the top. And we're just going into that side lunge. Opening up. Shifting those hips back to finish out. Side to side. And stop. Good. All right, so our format today, we have 2 exercises per group. You are doing a 40-20, 30-30, 20-40, 30-30. So you have 4 minutes per 2 exercises. The first one, grabbing those weights, we have a deadlift to a squat. So we lower, we can pop it open into that squat. Step it back, drop it, load it at those shoulders, squat it. Second exercise, we have dumbbell pickup to hop. You can do a double dumbbell pickup. We're gonna hop it in, back out. Pick up to hop, lower, hop it in, back out, okay? Starting with 40 seconds of that deadlift to squat. Ready? And go. 40 seconds. Deadlift. You load it to those shoulders for that squat. Good. Then you lower it back into that deadlift. So for that deadlift, we're shifting those hips as we drop through that weight, rack it, squat it, lower, deadlift, rack it, squat it. Good. 10 seconds. Then we finish out with that dumbbell pickup. We hop it out, hop it in, and switch. Dumbbells down. So you can have that double dumbbell. Pick it up. We hop it in, right back out. Pick it up. Lower, hop it in. back out. Stand it, squat it, in, out, good. From here we go to 30, 30, and switch, load it up. Deadlift to squat, 30 seconds. So we drop, we load, we squat, bringing it back, deadlift, pop it, squat it. Again, on that deadlift, we have that soft bend, core staying pulled in. We lower, then we explode. And switch. Dumbbell pickup. Lower it, pop it in, pop it out. Dumbbell pickup. Again, you can do a double dumbbell pickup, or you can alternate between that double dumbbell pickup. 30 seconds. Nice job. This is our halfway mark. From here, you're back to that deadlift to squat. 20 seconds. And switch. Deadlift to squat. Core's pulled in. Shift those hips. We rack. Drop that butt for that squat. Back to the top. Deadlift. Pop it, rack it. Squat it. And switch. Dumbbell pickup to stand. We hop it in, hop it out. On that hop out, you're squatting back into that pickup. Forty seconds of work. Dumbbell pickup. You get that hop in, hop out. On that hop out, you're dropping right back into that squat. Good. So we drop that butt. We pick it up. We lower it. In, back out. Good. And switch. Grab that dumbbell. Final minute. Deadlift. 30 seconds. Slow and controlled. We load it. Drop that butt for that squat. On that deadlift. Bend through those legs. Hips hinge back. So you're keeping that butt high. You're still getting that hinge, that bend through those legs. Getting into that back side. And switch. Dumbbell pickup. Set it down. Hop it out. Or hop it in, hop it back out. Good. You're wide on that dumbbell pickup. Nice job, you guys. 15 seconds. Keep working that lower body. You got it. And stop. Nice job. Go ahead and grab a drink. We are moving to the floor for our next round. It's going to be more of a lower or upper body core. So our first exercise, those hands are going to be on those dumbbells. We are doing a push-up with an alternating renegade row. Okay, so you can be on your knees for that push-up. You can do one push-up. You're going to pop it up. Row right. You can lower. Push up, pop it. Row left. That's your first exercise. Second exercise, we are rolling it over. You may even need to grab a lighter weight for this next one. We are doing a fly with an alternating leg drop. So you can have those legs bent. You can have them up. I like that bent, and I lower it, extend it out on that fly. Extend. Extend. All right, starting with that push-up, with that renegade row, 40 seconds. Ready? And go. So same thing, 4 minutes of work. Transitions are quick. There's no break within that transition. One push-up, one renegade row. Again, you can be on those toes, or you can drop to those knees. Lower. Pulling that dumbbell to that rib cage. On that renegade row. On that row. Making sure those hips are square. Your belly button is pulled in. You are squeezing. And switch, roll it over. Fly to leg drop. So we open up into that fly. We alternate that leg extension. Making sure that lower back stays pressed into the mat. That belly button is pulled in. And switch. We're back to 30-30. Push up to that row. One push up. One renegade row. Those hips stay square. You're lowering that entire body in that push up. Lifting. Getting into that high plank. Modification on this one is to come to tabletop. Those knees hit the floor in that tabletop. And you can row in that tabletop and then get that push up. And switch, roll it over. Fly to alternating leg extension. 30 seconds. Fly it open. Bring it to the top. Soft bend through those arms. Drop that leg open. Bring it back to center. Lower back stays pressed into that mat. We're working that back and chest muscles while engaging, working that core. And switch. You are back to that push-up, to that alternating row. 20 seconds on this one. Push up, row right. Push up, row left. Good. 20 seconds. Then you have 40 seconds of that fly with that leg extension. And switch. Rolling it to our back. That fly with that leg extension. You're opening up through those chest muscles. You're squeezing through those chest muscles as you bring those dumbbells back to the top. You're opening up through that chest. You're not above that face. Through that lift. Lower back stays pressed. If that leg extension is too much, just stay in that tabletop with that fly. Keeping that lower back press, belly button pulled in. 5 seconds, and we finish with that 30-30 round. And switch. Push up to that renegade row, 30 seconds. We're in our final minute. Big dig in that push up. Pop to plank for that renegade row. Nice job, stay with it. 5 seconds, we roll to our back for that fly with that leg extension and switch. 30 seconds to finish out. Quick transition. Soft bend through those arms on that fly. We squeeze to the top. We're extending that leg out. Alternating. Good. Legs stay in that bent tabletop. Core, belly buttons pulled in. And stop. Great job, you guys. All right, go ahead and grab a drink. Our next one, we're coming to stand again. So you're gonna need weights that are right for that dumbbell swing and that push press. So I would say that middle range weight will be right for most of you. So we have a swing. So we dumbbell swing, we load it, we drop into that press, okay? So on that swing, I'm shifting those hips back. Shift, load, drop, press, okay? From there, we're gonna lower those weights. We have a squat into a quarter turn, squatted, quarter. All right, starting with that swing to that squat to push press. So that squat doesn't have to be a full extension squat, okay? You can get that half squat to explode into that press. Ready? And go. 40 seconds. So we shift those hips, swing it, Load it, drop it, press it. They come back to those shoulders. We're back to that swing. Allowing that lower body to lead on that swing. Then once you get to that shoulder, we're dropping. Those arms work through that press. Drop, press. Again, that squat doesn't have to be deep. We're just dropping into that explosion with that press. And stop. Dumbbell down. So we squat, quarter turn, squat, quarter turn. Just rotating through those hips on that quarter turn. Rotate, rotate, good. 5 seconds, we grab those dumbbells and switch. Load them up. Dumbbell swing. Load, drop, press. So we're not finding too heavy of weights where you're compromising that back, compromising that form. Core is pulled in. We drop. We load. We press. Shift those hips. Let the backside do the work. And then that upper body's taking over. And switch. Lower. Squat it. Quarter turn. Finding that cardio aspect again in that second exercise. Good. 10 seconds. From here, we're back to 20 seconds of that swing. And switch. Load it up. So shift those hips, core engaged. Swing it, drop it, press it. Swing. Load it into that squat. Press. That lower body is working through that swing. Then you're engaging that upper body for that press. And switch. Dumbbells down, squat to quarter turn, 40 seconds. That transition time counts within that minute. You got this. You're already down to 20 seconds. So we squat, we quarter turn, squat, quarter turn, good. Stay with it. 5 seconds, and we're in our final minute. And switch. Dumbbell swing, load. We drop into that push press. Good. Again, that lower body works first. Then that upper body takes over in that press, allowing that hinge through those hips on that swing. Those swings don't involve those arms. Good. Drop it, press it overhead. And switch, dumbbells down. Squat to quarter turn to finish out 30 seconds. You got this, push. Squat it. We're just rotating through those hips at the top. Quarter turn. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. A little quarter turn. Drop it. Drop and stop. Great job. Go ahead and grab a drink. All right, so our next one, we are doing a goblet curtsy. So go ahead. I would again say anywhere between that 12 to 20 is going to be right for most. So we have a goblet, then we step back into that curtsy. So we goblet, step back into that curtsy, step to center, goblet, curtsy, slow and controlled on that goblet to curtsy. Then we're going to grab that second weight. We have a dumbbell set down, pick up, pick up. So we set it down, we pick it up. Starting with that goblet curtsy, ready? And go. So slow this first round down. Lower into that goblet. Then we step back into that curtsy. You can keep that dumbbell at that chest for that curtsy. Good. We are here for 40 seconds. So again, you can keep that dumbbell at that chest. We lower into that goblet. We step that foot back behind that front leg. Core is engaged. That body is tired. You are starting to slow those reps down. Getting into that lift and switch. Grab that second dumbbell. We set down. On that pickup, you're gonna row it to that chest. Tucking that dumbbell in. Then we set it down, pick it up, and switch. We are back to that 30-30 round. Goblet to curtsy. Slow and controlled. We lower, those elbows fall between those knees. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. We drop it, we step it back. Center, drop, step back. Good. And switch, grab that other weight. Set down, pick up. Shift those hips. Set it down on that pickup. You're drawing those dumbbells to that chest or more that rib cage. Keeping that belly button pulled in. 5 seconds. And stop. We are back to that goblet to curtsy, 20 seconds. Goblet, step back into that curtsy. Slow and controlled. Good. And switch. 40 seconds of that set down, pick up. So that stance stays wide. We shift those hips. Set it down for 2. Then we're picking it up. Allowing that core to stay activated. Drive. We row. Set down. Pick up. Good. Continuing to engage that core. 3, 2, 1. Back to that goblet to curtsy. Final minute. 30-30. Drop it. Elbows drop between those knees. We step it back behind that front leg. Good. Step it to center. Find your space every time for that goblet. We're grabbing that second weight in 3, 2, 1. Grab that second weight. Set down. Pick up. Again, core stays activated. Draw that belly button in. Drive. Set down. Pick it up. Good. Stay with it. And stop. Nice work. Go ahead and grab a drink. We are going to group 5. We are doing an upright row. So we have an upright row. We're leading with those elbows to an alternating front raise. So it's front raise right, upright row, front raise left. Second exercise, we are doing a burpee to a snatch. So we have that burpee. We snatch it right. Drop it, set it down, burpee, snatch left. All right. This is our final round of that double. 40 seconds of that upright row to that alternating front raise. Ready? and go. So we drive those weights up. Drive them lower. Front raise right. On that front raise, making sure those dumbbells aren't resting on that body. You are keeping those dumbbells off that body. Drive it up. Front raise, good. Core is engaged. Lead with those elbows. We're here for 40 seconds. You've got 10 seconds to go. From here, we go into that burpee to that alternating snatch and switch. 20 seconds. Burpee, we snatch right. Rack it, lower it, burpee. Snatch left, rack it, drop it back into that burpee. 20 seconds. And switch. Grabbing that dumbbell, second dumbbell again. 30-30. Upright row. We front raise right. Drive it up. Upright row. We lower. We front raise left. Again, slow and controlled. Drive those elbows. Lead with those elbows, those dumbbells. Stay off that body on that alternating front raise. And switch. Burpee to snatch. 30 seconds. So we burpee it out. That dumbbell drives all the way up that body. We rack it. We lower it into that next burpee. Snatch. Rack it. Drop. Modification, you can step that burpee out. Keep working. 5 seconds. We're back to that upright row to front raise and switch. 20 seconds. Drive it. Lead with those elbows. Front raise right. Drive it up, lower, slow and control on that lower. Front raise left, good. And switch. Burpee to snatch. We're here for 40 seconds. You got this. Core's engaged. Snatch it all the way up. We rack, we lower. You got this, 20 seconds. Burpee to snatch. Stay with it. Keep digging. Five seconds. We're back to that upright row to alternating front raise. And switch. Grab out those dumbbells. We are back to that 30-30 round to finish out this group. Upright row. We front raise right. Drive those elbows all the way up. We lower. Left. Soft bend. Core is activated. Dumbbells are staying off that body. Drive it. Front raise and switch. Burpee to snatch. 30 seconds. Nice job, you guys. Driving that dumbbell up, flip that wrist. We rack it to that shoulder before we lower. Good. Keeping that core engaged. And stop. Nice work. All right, we are down for a final minute. We're gonna be in that plank position. We're gonna be in that high plank, okay? High plank for 1 minute. Ready? Find that space. And go. So we're just in that high plank. We're gonna hold it. That belly button is staying drawn in. We're gonna focus through that breath for a second. From here, we're gonna drive that knee, lower those hips in that tap. Drive it, lower. Drive, lower. So those hips are physically lowering to the mat with that knee drop. Step it out, lower. Drive, lower, and hold. We're in that hold again. Belly button is pulled in. Hips are square. Staying there. And drive it. Knee drive, we lower. Knee drive, lower through those hips. Keeping that belly button engaged, we're almost there. Drive, lower, drive, lower, and stop. Go ahead and drop those knees. All right, that is it for total body HIIT today, you guys. Way to work. If you're staying around for kickboxing, I'm just gonna get that video switched. Have a good day.